think it might be a little different. I don't know if everybody, all carriers do this, because I worked for a carrier that didn't, but now I work for a carrier where we reserve for expenses. And in my mind, I think that claims adjusters, they think about reserving for indemnity, but they just can't get their head around reserving for expenses. And so they essentially end up what we call stair-stepping their reserve on expenses. And what they do is they just keep putting up enough money that they need to pay the bills. And it's very difficult and challenging from my side to try and teach people how to anticipate what their needs are going to be for a cost standpoint for litigation. And so because of that, they rely heavily on budgets from their counsel. And I think, I know that all outside counsel hate to prepare budgets and think it's just, necessary evil. But what we see happening is that the adjusters just get a budget. The lawyers maybe aren't putting the time in to really think about what the case strategy is against the budget. An adjuster just takes it at face value and then puts it in for their reserve. And when it turns out not to follow the case strategy, we end up being 6 months or a year down the road, and then we've just run out of money in our expense reserve and we need to put up more money. So that's just from the standpoint of a budget, why I think outside counsel should understand, at least when you're working for a carrier, that you probably have a lot more experience knowing what the litigation is going to cost because you do it all the time, and the adjuster is going to be judged on how accurately they reserve the file, and so they really rely on you in what you're saying up front on the budget. I do tell my people that I'm okay with them phasing the budgets to get, based on what your plan is for the case. And if the plan is we need to take discovery and then reevaluate what our next strategy is going to be at that point, then for me it's okay to phase the budget according to that plan.